Okay, good morning to all HOG members all over the world. Let me introduce myself to you. I'm Jeffrey Tan, and people call me Jeff Tan. I'm one of the council here at HOG Cebu. It is an honor for me actually tonight to be to be the host for tonight, and I'll be sharing to you five or six lovely ladies coming from different areas of the world. To give you a little background, I've been riding a Harley for more than 30 years right now. I'm one of the pioneer rider for HOG Cebu as well, and I enjoy riding a street glide together with my wife, of course. If we go far places, and at the same time, I'm a businessman by profession. My heart belongs to Harley because it is a brand. It is just something. I don't know if you guys agree. Driving a Harley is just a character. It's you. You cannot be changed by anybody. Whether you can be a professional, you look dirty, you can look clean, whatever. A Harley can always make you a better person. Anyway, let me let me introduce to you our lovely ladies with us tonight. We have Margarita Zuniga. She's from Qatar. Margarita, can you introduce yourself to everybody?
Hello, Jeffrey. Hello, world, Harley World Riders. How's a wonderful hello this afternoon from Qatar. Um, I'm a I've been riding for 12 years since 2008. I started, and I started with the Sportster 1200 XL Low, and moved up to after 2 years moved up to a Deluxe Classic, and couldn't get rid of my first love, my Sportster, so just decided to customize her. And so that's like a little side hobby that I've done throughout the years, is changing the Sportster into a customization and putting it into showrooms. And yeah, so that's a little bit about a bit of background with me. I've held the Ladies of Harley officer position for about four consecutive years, and also historian. And I'm back with the HOG as Ladies of Harley 2020.
And what do you
Thank you
do
for
for a
having me.
living, Margarita?
I'm sorry?
What do you do for a living aside from
I,
riding a Harley?
aside from writing, I have my professional work is I work at an American Art and Design University, VCU, Virginia Commonwealth University in Qatar. And that's my professional. And I also have side businesses in food and beverage. And I'm also a campaign awareness organizer, advocate here in Qatar. So do a lot of campaigns for breast cancer with the HOG, and also with autism, Best Buddies. I'm an advisor for Best Buddies, which is a organization that pairs up high school and university students with children that have intellectual disabilities. And so I'm very involved in the community engagement and community service. And so I use my well, actually, it was an opportunity, and when I first went into the Harley world, is that riding the motorbike really opened a lot of doors to networking, and to bring awareness, using the motorcycle as a tool to bring and attract citizens and individuals in the community, to spread that message for the different causes that we were focused on. So I've even through the university have traveled to, we went to Indonesia with Reach Out to Asia, and I was able to, through my network, bring in, through the Jakarta HOG chapter, brought in other chapters, the solo riders, I believe, and there was Yoga Jarta. Maybe I mispronounced it, but brought in like over about I think like 40 bikers that did a closing for a school that we were doing service there. So I use my network a lot when I go to places to bring awareness. I've traveled to South Africa as well. Again, doing breast cancer awareness, campaigning there with different women of the South African women riders. So anywhere I go, I try to combine all the different services that and messages that I want to bring to the world and to people that I'm around through the motorbike. So and I also climb mountains, so that's another thing. So climbing the mountains and also riding in that area, in the areas that I travel to.
Okay. I'll get back to you in a while, Margarita, while I
Okay.
reintroduce our other panelists. Uh, can we also ask for Puti, Hannah, Robyn in the room? Hi, Puti. Good
Hello,
morning.
how are you?
Can you introduce yourself to the group?
Yes, my name is Puti Robyn. I've been riding Harleys now for 14 years. I started riding when I was 11 years old. My dad bought me my first
Wow.
bike, was a
Mhm.
Sportster, and then I built up to a
At
Dyna.
11.
Yeah, at 11. So my dad has a
Wow.
rule, as long as you're tall enough, your foot can touch the ground, you can ride a Harley. So
So
we moved on.
definitely your father is also a rider.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Mhm.
So I moved
Okay.
from a Dyna,
So
then I moved to an Ultra Classic Anniversary, and then now I have a Street Glide, and that became my baby. So I've customized it and I've stuck with it.
okay, maybe we can get each other our Facebook so we can share our bikes.
Oh yes,
Okay,
can.
let me introduce the next speaker while I go back to to both of you in a while. Can we have Tina Sharman from KL, Malaysia?
What's happening?
Hi, Tina. Hi, good.
Hello.
Hi, Tina.
Kumusta ka, Jeff? Kumusta
I'm
ka?
good. In Cebu, we called it Maayo. Okay,
Maayo.
Maayo in
Greetings
Cebu.
from Malaysia.
Yes, almost the same, ah.
Sorry?
Almost the same as Malaysia, right?
Yeah, almost.
Almost the same. Yes. So Tina, you want to introduce yourself, please?
Yes, hi. I'm the law officer for Route 77 Kuala Lumpur chapter. We're still quite new. This was formed earlier this year, but we have almost 400 members.
Wow.
Yeah, and low, I think there's about 20 plus low riders in Route 77.
Okay.
Okay, and
So, what do you do as a profession
uh,
in the profession,
uh,
Tina?
it's very exciting. Very exciting. I do accounts.
You do accounts. So from
Yes,
desk to
very
the
exciting.
motorcycle. So
Yeah.
basically
Now,
from desk to the motorcycle.
when I was born, there was this motorcycle chop on my forehead. Um, and then when I started riding, I think when I was 14.
Oh,
And
almost
yeah,
the
and
same
it's
as Puti. Mhm.
yeah, because the first motorbike trip I ever went on was in 1992. My dad brought the whole family to Indonesia, so the bikes were shipped to Indonesia for this Jawa Bali tour. So we rode bikes throughout Indonesia. And then when I came back, I asked my dad to teach me how to ride a bike. And he said, girls can't ride bikes. So you guess what I did? Of course, I taught myself how to ride a bike. Never say no.
Okay. Just
So
make
that's
sure
how I started riding.
you did not cut your hair for you
No,
to look like a boy.
yeah.
Okay, let me introduce the next Riza Keating from Manila. Hi, Riza.
Hello.
How, say hi. Mm.
Mhm.
So, how are you? Please introduce yourself, Riza.
Well, I'm good, thank you, and I'm enjoying listening to these great ladies of Hog.
Up, you mute yourself, I think, Riza. Riza, please unmute yourself. Nakamute siya. Can you unmute? Oh my God. Riza, can you unmute yourself? Anyway, there's some technicalities from Riza's side. We'll go back. We'll get back to you later, Riza. You muted yourself. We'll get back to you in a while. Okay. Now let me introduce our another beautiful lady from Bali, Indonesia, Linda Donna.
Hi.
Hi, Linda.
Hi, Jeffrey. Yeah, I'm good. I think, thank you to, invite me to, like this.
Can you introduce
For online,
yourself,
this is like
Linda?
first time for me, meet you, yeah. I'm from, then, actually for Harley, I'm busy to join with Harley Club in Bali is, so many, maybe for 12. So I just like join to riding when I have a time, because I'm like a mom and I have 3 children and I'm single parent, and my profession is like designer. So
Okay.
and like this is only really my hobby when I have time to ride. But I have experience to riding in Asia, and I like to like riding alone. So if I'm like need to stress release, I just go to Sri Lanka or Vietnam alone and then just riding it there. So really, yeah, this hobby is really make me like for stress release. But I have
Correct.
so many experience. Yeah, thank you.
Correct. Correct. I think we have Riza is out. Is Riza in? And Wenni is here already. So, guys, let's all meet somebody all the way from Toronto, Canada, Wenni Sukardi. Can you introduce yourself, Wenni? Hi.
Hi everyone. I was almost
Ah,
late. It's 6 o'clock in the morning here in Toronto,
oh,
Saturday. Yeah. On a
So
Saturday.
Saturday is a
early
no work
morning.
day. Yeah?
But yeah, I woke up just for you guys.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
Yeah, so my name is Wenni. I am a writer and I live in Toronto. So, unlike you ladies, I guess you ladies have written for such a long time. I just started my career in writing and I love it. I write every weekend now. But yeah, I started in, I think, about 3 years ago. So, yeah, I started writing by coincidence. So I got hired at Harley and they said, okay, Wenni, we're going on a show. And like, okay. So one of the guys had me on the back and we were going to Ottawa. That was like about a 5 hour ride. And once I get back, I'm like, I am not going to be sitting on the back of anyone. I am going to ride because it is so boring sitting in the back. And that's how I rode.
So
oh,
this time
yeah.
you're behind the handlebar and
Yeah.
not
not
in front
not
of the
the
seating.
not the boom booster, not the music. I was playing around with the music in the back, and then after an hour I got pretty like bored, and when I came back, like, I'm signing up, I'm learning how to ride, so I've been riding since then.
Okay. So we need, if you don't mind, what Harley do you ride right now?
Right now I ride the sports glide. I have the soft tail
Sports
sports glide. Yeah.
good bike.
It
So
is, it's a lovely bike.
let me go back to Riza, which there were some technicalities. Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Could you hear me now, girls?
Yes, you can.
I'm good. All right, that's great. Just like you, Wenny, I also cannot be a back rider. I want to control that handlebar.
Exactly.
And I started riding a 16-inch handlebar, so ape hanger. I had my first Harley Sportster 72 in 2016. So I rode that bike in Cebu, Jeff. I don't know if you've met me
Oh,
there.
we
Yeah,
didn't see each other at that
that's
time.
my
Yeah.
requirements of Manila Hog is to have two long rides and three short rides. And my long ride is going to Cebu for
Wow.
that's 30 hours ride from EDSA, Manila to Cebu. So
Cebu. So you passed by the
yeah,
Bicol area. Mhm.
yeah, not
So
really Bicol, Batangas, and then to
you passed through the
Boracay.
south,
Yeah,
yeah, side.
yes,
Mhm.
I want a
Okay.
total of 1,900 kilometer
Almost
Wow.
2,000
back and forth.
kilometers.
Yes, so that's
To
the
give,
start of my Harley riding.
to give you ideas, ladies, while Riza was sharing about that, in the Philippines we have how many? 7,000 something islands. I don't. Every time we have to ride is we have to cross a bridge or we have to cross with a barge or a boat. So
Mm.
for me to go to Riza in Manila, I need to travel more or less about 2,000 kilometers just to be there. Okay,
At
and I have to pass by how many islands? I don't know. From almost,
two
I
or
think,
three.
yeah, two or three islands before I arrive. Okay, I will arrive Manila. But Philippines is very nice to ride, except the traffic part of where Riza is, and my city part in Cebu, which is a bit traffic as well. But anything outside of the Philippine city, it's a beautiful place, and I would like to invite all the beautiful ladies around the world to please come and join us and ride with us here in Philippines. No, and of course in Cebu we have the famous lechon. Have you heard of that, ladies? Lechon. Lechon is a roasted pig. The whole pig being roasted. And then, so usually we have birthdays or we have gatherings. That's what we do. Chop it up, then eat. And you can Google it in the Google, and you can see in Cebu we call it the hanging rice as well. So you eat it together with hanging rice. Okay. Just a little trivia about Cebu. Excuse me. So now, ladies, aside from Riza and Winnie, I heard that they don't want to be at the front of the CC bar and they want to be at the back of the handlebar. So how about Puti, Tina, and Linda and Margarita? What made you decide to ride? Who wants to go first? Can unmute yourself. Puti, you want to start first?
Okay. What was your
Okay.
question?
My question is, what made you decide to ride? What really give you the determination to ride, especially Harley?
Oh. Oh no, I grew up from a biker family, so my mom and my dad they rode.
Mhm.
So as a baby, my dad he already made like the custom baby seat. So since I was like 3 years old, I would already go behind him on the bike. So for me, Harley is kind of like I like a religion. I grew up in this world
So you
already.
were born together with the Harley. Yes.
Pretty
I
much,
hope
yes.
you were not literally given birth in the Harley. Huh?
Oh no 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 no
And
no.
how about you, Tina?
For me, it's simple. Like I said earlier, where my dad said girls can't ride bikes, so I just had to prove a point
And
that girls
were
can
you
ride
able to
bikes.
raise that point with the high colors with your dad?
Unfortunately, my dad didn't know I rode behind his back. I didn't want to get into trouble, so I stole the motorbike and I rode it without his knowledge.
Thank you for being honest, Tina.
And I remember I was on my toes. I couldn't even reach the ground, but I just had to do it. and been riding since. But Harley, I bought my first Harley about 3-4 years ago, and then I bought another one the next year. I started with a Street 750, and then the Fat Bob, and then last year the Sport Glide. So because for me,
Yes.
Harley has soul.
It is alive.
That's it. And I just, yeah, and it's in the blood. My brother rides Harleys, my younger brother as well. So we're all
Very
active Harley
nice.
riders.
So Linda, how would you say, I know with your busy schedules and everything, being a single mom, as you shared a while ago, but you really try to find time to be able to ride on your Harley. Why ride when you're so
Yeah,
busy already?
actually, first, I love like sport bike. So at the beginning, I use sport bike, and then so many my friends say like adventure bike is good, is more comfort, and then I try with like adventure. I also buy, and then another say club like say oh it's good like with trail we can like play dirty bike, and then I also try, and then after I with the Harley, and then have a different style, and then also like very nice, and have like a nice history, and then I'm interested, and then uh, like a brotherhood support me, oh come on you need to buy, and then I buy Fat Boy, and yeah it's also a different it's different with another bike like more focus with the machine, with the style, and then it's like more proud, when we ride,
Yeah,
and then yeah, the engine is everything is different. Then yeah, I love it.
yeah.
I use
With the
like
feeling
Fat
and
Boy.
everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
How
actually I
about
riding for all the bike.
Okay. How about you, Margarita? I know you ride for a cause. I'm sure what you shared a while ago about reaching out to people. You have the number of people that would attend usually when you shared about your cancer awareness, and it's really very nice to hear somebody like you sharing about that, which especially for the women today, right? Breast cancer is very often known to. To be honest with you, why I appreciate that as well, because me myself, I am an insurance agent, and I do that as well for my clients. So why with the Harley?
Why with a Harley?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, let me just say that how I started riding a Harley is that I was also in 2007 was invited to ride with the H.O.G, and I was a passenger on a Heritage. And back then we didn't have the country was not developed. The highways to the north were not very developed, so there wasn't a lot of light. So I went on the ride with the H.O.G, and I'm a very spiritual person. So I found myself really, really connecting with all the elements of the universe. And there, as soon as we rode on that back road, and I could just connect with the wind, and uh, and it was very dark. It was during the winter, and you could see all the stars. And I was like, "There's no way that I'm going to be a passenger." So I actually the following week I went and bought a small Suzuki, a 120
Yeah.
Suzuki, and started training in my courtyard. And because I didn't want to be a passenger anymore, because I just wanted to feel that connection, and it would just be me, my Harley, and the universe around me. And as I mentioned, that's what opened the doors, because in 2009 is when the Ladies of Harley was actually established in Qatar, and our president at the time, or our leader, Donna, who started with 5 other Ladies of Harley. We started the first breast cancer campaign in Qatar, and it's the largest awareness campaign in Qatar. And so I just saw how Harley could be used as a tool to gather crowds and bring messages to the community. So yes.
Beautiful, beautiful. Guys, if you are those viewers right now, if you can hear these ladies, these are how many? Right now, I can see in the picture is five, but I think there's one, two, three, four, five. I have six strong ladies. Imagine they just want to conquer the handlebar and don't want to be a back rider. You can just imagine their reasons, right? So I'm sure most of you are married already. I don't know how you handle, or you have your boyfriend. How do you handle them? Uh, does the Harley make an effect? Does it scare the boys away from you if you're not married? And if you're married, does your husband, get scared because you're riding a Harley? Anybody want to share that? Okay. Riza, you want? Nobody wants to say. I will ask you.
Yeah, well, my husband is the one who encouraged me to ride. So, is my audio good? Can everyone hear me?
Yes, yes.
Just testing. I don't want to start talking.
Awesome.
Right. But it's my husband who encouraged me to ride. He's an American, and he uh, relocated here. And he said that before I turn 40, I want to ride. I said, why? How can you ride in Manila? It's traffic, right? So he said, I would like to have Harley. I said, okay. That's a no. I said, you cannot do that. And then he said, what about if I give you my practice bike? I said, Harley, you gotta give me the Harley. He said, yes. So that's the start of it. We ride together. He treats me the same, and he loves my Harley. When he wants me to ride tight with him, so it's really side by side. So we enjoy that.
So basically, it's like bonding moments for you and your husband.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So any ladies here who, your boyfriend or your husband got scared when you started riding? Or I think I would ask Puti and Tina, since you started really young, and I'm sure you don't have a boyfriend during those days that you were riding. Did it give you a challenge to look for a boyfriend? Or, Okay, Tina, go. Unmute yourself, please.
Okay, my older brother Gary, he's one of the the earliest. He was working for Harley for many years, so he was one of the core people in Harley, and I think he also helped to set up one of the H.O.Gs. So because I was his sister, none of the Harley guys dared talk to me or approach me. So I was untouchable.
So not a good idea to get the number of boys to look to start courting you in Harley, especially with a brother like yours that you have.
Oh, scared. Who's scared to approach me?
Jeff, I disagree on that. That Harley would discouragement. No, it would discourage those weak men, but not the Harley riders, right, ladies?
I told you guys, these women are strong.
Yeah.
So please, guys, back me up. I'm the only guy here in the room.
What's wrong, teddy bear?
It's okay. You have to be strong with the strong ladies. So I guess they picked you.
That's why when I was asked to do this task, I said, "Are you sure?" So I'm sure you have also challenges in driving in Toronto with the weather. You have the snow.
Oh, yeah.
So how do you take care of those situations?
Well, yeah. So in Toronto, we moved here in 2005, and I just started riding about 3 years ago, like I said. But yes, there's everything we do by ourselves. We have two boys. So my boys, yeah, I'm surrounded by guys. I only have two boys and my husband, and none of them ride. So I'm the only rider, which is, yay, I don't have to share my bike. Which is a good thing, right? Nobody shares bike. That's Bunda's bike. They call me Bunda. It's mom. That's Bunda's bike. Nobody touches, just me, which I am good at. And I ride usually Weekends we have well, my boys are now big, so they're 18 and 17, so we all have our own stuff. So it was the perfect timing actually, because when they were already big and do their stuff, I fell in love with the Harley, which I then have time to ride, because when they were young there was no way I could have any time to ride with them. But yeah, so it was the perfect timing. It was, now they think I'm the coolest mom, because sometimes they ask me to pick them up at school with my Harley, drop them off at Harley, and then when I'm riding, like, hey, this is my mom, she's going to ride. I'm like, okay.
And
So
with
that's
all the
cute.
gifts and everything, I'm sure.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how I find my. And then sometimes I do ride my bike to work. So I have like about a 45 minutes commute, and on a good day on summer and spring, I usually bring my bike to work. But because we're in Toronto, our riding season, it's not as long as you guys, so we only have pretty much only about 4 or 5 months that we can really ride. Like right now, we're excited every time we see the sun, and it's a plus because then we can take our bike. Otherwise, it's too cold. And usually at this month, we already have our bike in the garage and winterized. We can't ride anymore because it's too cold. But this year, very, very lucky that up until now, we're still riding. And actually, I'm supposed to be riding later in the afternoon with one of my friends. So yeah, we're enjoying the weather. That's how we ride here.
Okay, so do you wear a heater clothes, or do you have a shield in your bike? How do you
Yeah,
protect yourself from the cold winds?
so that is a good question, Jeffrey. I don't know if you ladies can imagine, but here, I guess in Toronto, when it gets cold, so usually when it's 5 degrees or 3 degrees Celsius, I still ride. But then I joke with my friend. I'm like, I feel like if I just take out the winter jacket, I can just put my ski jacket and I can ski because it's layer after layer, right? But I don't. I do have a heated vest, but I don't like wearing heated stuff. Yeah, actually, if you're like layered and you have the right gears, you're fine to go. But like I
Really?
said, sometimes you feel like you just take off your winter jacket, you put on your your leather jacket and put on your winter jacket and off to the ski slope. It's that layer that you have to go. But yeah.
It- That's it. So in Toronto, I'm sure most of you have the heated group with you guys, right?
Yeah, usually they have the heated grip, so
Yeah.
they change that. A lot of us have the heated glove for sure because it's just that part of the. And then some of us wear the heated jacket, but a lot of them just wear the heated glove, and we're fine with the other gears. Yes.
So it is, Riza.
Jeff, I have a question for Winnie.
Yes, please.
I'm very curious. How can you ride in frozen road? How does
You
it feel?
don't ride, no. Yeah, so
Oh.
when we ride, we always check on well, at least I don't, because I'm not I haven't ridden that much, so I don't dare to do. But usually when we ride, we always look at the road. If even if there's a lot of leaf, like right now it's fall, right? So you got to be careful because the leaves are it's very pretty when you go through a road with all the fallen leaf, like in the photos and stuff. But trust me, when you have to do a quick stop, it's really slippery. So that's one thing that I learned. And then yeah, when it's too cold, we don't ride. Well, like nobody really wants to ride on the ice, even when driving, right? Even when driving, we have to have our winter tires. So I guess if you do still want to ride in the cold, then you have to pay attention to your tires because it's not going to be the same. But yeah, it's when it's cold, it's not really nice to ride for me. I'd rather just go skiing, seriously.
Well, luckily in Philippines, we only have two seasons, sunny and rainy, and both season I would ride. I love riding in the rain,
Yeah, I don't mind
but
riding in the rain either, but snow, no.
snow.
It's the same. It's the same here in Qatar. It's you have like about 3 months that are winter, and the rest is just very hot, and so you're always, of course, we want to ride with our safety gear, but many times you just want to have your short sleeve and your vest. because it is so hot here in Qatar. But so for me, I get most of my experience riding on different terrains when I travel abroad. Like when I was in South Africa, that 8-day tour that I took me through learning how to ride up the mountains. And of course, you all have mountains, so that's one thing that I'm kind of jealous from you ladies, because you get that experience. But here it's flat. We have to travel abroad. Even traveling to Oman, which is the closest place that has mountains, is another place to ride. But at the moment, I don't have access to taking my bike there to ride.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that one of Qatar's locking is the mountains. That's very
it's flat.
interesting.
It's a peninsula. It's flat,
Oh,
and so our concerns when we ride on the road is we have some sandstorms. So sometimes in the north it gets very windy. So what we have to really be aware in riding on the roads is the very thin sand that just flows right across the road as you're riding, and you can see it. It's like when you're in places where there's, maybe you're aware of it because you have volcanoes, right? So you have that ash, the volcano ashes that you don't see it, and all of a sudden you touch your hair and you find the residue in your hand. Same thing with the sand dunes. You have sand on the ground and you see the sand drift, just drifting along, which can be very dangerous because it'll become very slippery. So those are the challenges that we have riding here in the Middle East, is the sand on the highways.
wow! This is really great. Sorry, Jeff, but I'm so amazed to learn all of this.
That's true, because riding is always about different. One is the culture. Although we all come from one family, but we still have the culture. Second is road conditions, and then the third is you talk about the weather condition. And the weather condition is something that people usually neglected.
Yes.
Okay? And that's why I ask this question, because people would just say, okay, I'll go. Philippines is hot, no problem. Then all of a sudden, in the middle of the road, you get a storm. So what will you do? Right? In Philippines, you don't know. In Manila, it might be raining. In Cebu, it's shiny. And if Cebu is raining, Manila is raining. So every time we go out, we bring a raincoat. That's how Philippines is.
Two season only, but then it can be
extreme.
sunny in the morning and rainy in the afternoon.
Yeah. It's only hot or very hot, or raining or very strong rain. Okay. And I forgot, Puti, you haven't answered us. Because of riding
Yes.
the bike, did it scare you, or did it scare the men away from you? I think you haven't answered that question.
Well, it doesn't scare me, that's for sure. I don't think
Okay.
it scares the men around me. If the guy he gets scared around me on a bike, then he's not the right guy for me.
Yes. Yes,
But I
right.
heard you are the more. You are really in the men's world, Buti. You are in the biker and and a pilot at the same time.
I just want to
How does it
I want to say something, Jeffrey. Is it might be a man's world, but we women are surpassing you, because there's more women riders that are coming to the Harley world.
Yeah, there are about 20 plus riders worldwide are women now,
Yeah.
and rising.
Yes. Good
Yep,
thing.
20+% of the riders in the
Good
world.
thing I'm one of the strong men. So I stayed.
Of course, Harley men.
We'll put you in the center of the pack when we go on our ride.
Yes, our teddy bear.
And I can always be your teddy bear. No problem. I want to see all of you here in the Philippines, or me riding in your countries.
We'll be there.
Yes, you have to be here.
Yeah.
But don't run away when all of us converge. Don't run
No,
away
no,
from
no,
us.
I won't. I
Yeah.
won't. Definitely, I'll be there for you guys to have.
Yeah, hopefully
Yeah,
the COVID thing
Okay,
goes out so we can start
yeah.
traveling
So
again.
no problem, no problem. So right now, can you tell us more about your hug family? Like for example, do you have special treatment as women, or are you treated the same? No, it depends, no, on how don't know. I don't know about your culture. Like, you want to start, Linda?
Oh, uh, I'm sorry, Linda. Is that?
No, Riza is
Yeah,
Sorry,
okay.
sorry.
Linda.
Go. No, no, no. Go ahead, Linda.
Yeah. So can you again what the question? I
Are you
cannot hear
given
well.
a special treatment in your hug family as a lady rider, or you're just treated the same?
Yeah, this is in my family. Actually, is I'm a toxic for start for riding. So when my children is still young, and then I starting to riding. So after this, I have a two daughter and like one son, and then now they are is love to riding too, so they also biker. So I think they only me in Indonesia actually, like Puti, father and mother, and then have children and riding. But me, I'm single parent. I'm a pardon, yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
And then all my children is rider, especially like my young daughter. My young daughter is Jessica. She's like ambassador also. Yeah, also
Oh, your daughter is
riding.
already riding also.
Yeah,
Your
yeah. All my children is is riding all. So I have
oh,
like a
that's
club, but
beautiful.
family club. Yeah,
That's beautiful.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah. My
so
Jessica is she's like a professional hiking, like mountain. She also have like program at television. Yeah, she's like a
okay,
professional for hiking
mountain
mountain.
hiking.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but now he's already rider. He's joined, with. So the funny thing is, friend of mother is same friend of a daughter, because biker is always like that. So and yesterday we
So
have a party biker. Oh, your mom is my friend, but you the daughter is also my friend. Yeah, this is one. So yeah,
that's why, Linda,
like
you never go old. You look young always.
yeah, sometimes when we have time, I go to other country and we ride together like whole family. This is very nice. Yeah.
I guess that the people will see, they don't call them daughter, but they call you. Oh, this is my sister.
No, but sometimes, like a biker is naughty, like take picture with my daughter, and then another biker is say, "Oh, I'm with your mom." This is good, like something different,
Yeah,
because
riding is
starting
beautiful.
biker with mother. Yeah, but I'm happy.
So
Yeah.
yeah, thank you, Linda and Riza. You were raising up. Are you a spoiled in your group in Manila?
I was not raising up. I was just saying hi to Ferdy Franco, one of my buddy rider, and he greeted me. But yes, of course, Jeff. Come on. Well, Philippines has a very different culture in terms of gender. So women are always at the back. Actually, when I was toddler, I always had this dream of riding motorcycle. Like I was doing twisties, and I told that to my dad, and my dad said, "No, you. That's not right. You're not supposed to ride because you're a woman. You're a girl. You're gonna be a woman. You don't ride." So I'm not like who was this one of you said that I think
Hmm.
Tina, right?
Yes.
Tina agrees with
Inside me
that.
I was rebelling, but I cannot really.
Yeah.
It's my husband who helped me. Well, of course that's a
Uh,
different, right? I'm with my husband now, so he let
mm-mm.
me ride. But yes, I started with Manila Hog, and they were so nice. They were gentlemen. They always special treatment, Jeff. Well, come on, you're right. I was new. I was just a probie in half, but I was always in front. And I was the only female rider back then. And then I think that it started to grow, and we have a lot of female rider now. The Hug Manila were so generous and very courteous with women, with me. I know they were still with other, of course, right? They treated us like a queen. So I think I was spoiled.
Yeah, that's good. So who else is spoiled here with Hag?
I think the women in the Middle East, the women in
Margarita
the
is also
Middle East,
spoiled.
yeah. Well, I think the women in the Middle East are very taken care of. I mean, the men are really there to help them, and they're always putting us up in the front, and we're like, no, it's okay. We'll stay in the middle or stay in the back. Treat us equally. But yeah, they're really great in helping to train the women to make sure that they get the training that they need. And Qatar seems to be a place where we get a lot of expat women that come here and they learn to they start to ride here, and then they're here for like 3 or 4 years, and then they go back home to their countries in Romania, Spain, and other places. So among the locals, there's very few local women because again, there's still that challenge of trying to that stigma on women shouldn't be riding. It's not women like, but there are a lot of women, more and more women. Most of the Middle Eastern women that are riding here in Qatar are from other Middle Eastern countries like Lebanon, Jordan, places from Kuwait, and Oman, things like that. So, but yeah, so slowly it's changing. The culture is accepting more and more of women riders, and I think that they're really inspired by women when they find out that they're riding a motorbike, because it just empowers them more to kind of like follow their dreams and say, look, I wanted to do this, and I just got on the bike and was really focused on my dreams and overcoming the fears that were on me. So that's how I see it. And I'm a single parent, so for me, I had 2 girls, I have 2 boys, and it was a way also to empower them to let them know that whatever it is that they wanted to do in life, that you can take the courage to take that step and do it, no matter what society was imposed, what their opinions were. So that's how I saw it.
Nice. So if I were given, I would give you another question. Yeah, Tina, please.
I'd like to say something about my chapter, the chapter that I belong to. The brothers have always been very, very supportive of all the women riders. They're such gentlemen. We're always in front. They've always been supportive. They don't see us women. They have to be over protective or what. They've always seen us, Jeff. Hi, Jeff.
Yeah.
They've always seen us and treated us with a lot of respect. So I'm so proud of all the brothers in Route 77 Kuala Lumpur chapter. I'd like to give a big shout out to them. Wonderful guys. And all the women, like I said, they've been so supportive. Any women who enter the showroom, they're always more than happy to teach, to guide. So lovely guys.
That's very nice to hear. I think how anybody wants to share about your chapter as well? Puti, you want to share something about your chapter?
My chapter, actually, I've just moved now to the H.O.G Jakarta chapter. This has already been 2 years. Before, I used to be with H.O.G Jeddah chapter of Saudi Arabia. That was my first H.O.G family. And then when I moved to Indonesia, I moved to the H.O.G Jakarta chapter. And just beginning of this year, I became a life member. And they made me the first woman road captain to cross 3 provinces
Wow.
in Indonesia. So
Wow.
they really support women rights. Always want the best.
Okay.
Yeah, our chapter here in Qatar since the beginning. I mean, they've been very supportive, and thank you, Tina, for reminding at least me and the ladies. You know, a big shout out to the Qatar chapter from all these years supporting the women and being there for them, helping them learn how to maneuver, giving them weekly training as well, and even encouraging us to travel with them abroad as a chapter and to represent our country. So yeah, very supportive and always treated us with respect. So thank you, Qatar chapter.
Okay, how about Wenni, do you have anything to share about your chapter?
Well, right now I don't really belong to any chapter just because I'm still thinking which chapter I really want to belong to. But a lot of my friends are women riders, so we do ride together. Sometimes we do ride with other chapters like the Toronto chapters, Scarborough chapters, and so. But basically, they're all the same. They're really, really, very nice. Everyone is very nice. Everybody is welcome, even if you're not in that chapter. They will welcome you in any event. So I've had no problems. And the guys I ride with, they belong to a chapter. And whenever I ride with them, they always take care of me. I remember the first time I rode, one of the guys actually told the others to say, hey, don't forget, Wenni's a new rider, so don't leave her. So I always feel safe riding with them. And yeah, they never leave me behind. Of course, being sometimes the only woman, you get special treatment, like free coffee. Somebody gives you coffee, which, yay, you don't have to wait in line. Somebody gets you coffee. It's a good thing. But yeah, other than that, I've had no problems. And here in Canada, actually, there is, especially in Toronto, there's a lot of women riders. Like when I was working at Harley, a lot of the ladies there are riders. They don't just work there, but they actually ride. And we are still riding until now. And on Saturday and Sunday, when you're on the road, there's a lot of Harley riders, even non-Harley riders. There's a lot because, like I said, there's only a couple of months that we can ride. So everybody is usually constantly riding on a Saturday and Sunday. And I feel safe, even though sometimes I ride alone, because I know there's another rider in this on the road. And if something happens, they will always stop for you. They'll either stop and, hey, can I help you? Is there anything? Even when you stop looking for your GPS, they'll probably stop like, are you okay? And they'll continue. So that's why I feel safe with riding here in Toronto. I never feel afraid, even when I'm riding alone.
That's very nice to hear. Riza, you're raising your hand.
Yeah, well, I just want to correct it. I don't belong to any chapter right now, but I started with Manila H.O.G, and they're awesome. Because I'm freelance, so anyone could invite me as long as it's Harley. I love the way H.O.G rides, the discipline, very disciplined. And they always brief before they go. They always write the plan. So I love that. I feel so secured about it. And every H.O.G writers who invites me they know that we have to follow that, because I think it's the chapter that they started with, or they belong with, right? They are trained to do that. They were disciplined writers. That's why I really love Harley and Harley hardcore.
That's nice to hear. Okay, Tina, we talk about so much about how much we enjoy being with H.O.G, whether you're part of H.O.G or not part of H.O.G, enjoy riding our Harley. Harley is our life. And I'm so glad to hear from you girls that, you decided on it and your father can't do anything, right, Tina and Puti? That they just have to say yes to you girls, right? And I know one day this will be a women's world and not a men's world. I hope it won't happen, but it might happen.
It might.
But nevertheless, I would always say, like me, I would always say, Harley and me is one.
Yeah.
It's my life. Okay,
Yes.
I have 7 bikes in the house, but all different. I go trail, I do this, I do that. So, but I can remove all the bikes, not beside me, except my Harley. Okay, I don't know about you girls. How do you, how much do you really love your bike?
Very
Okay,
much. I
girls.
have three,
Is that a
three
question?
Harleys.
Yeah, what kind of question?
One for town use, one for without saddlebags, and one for long use for long distance.
So
Each has its purpose.
Tina, you have the same bike as me, the sports glide,
Yes,
right? So
yeah, it's a
that's why
beautiful bike.
I love that sports glide just because it's so easy to take off the baggage,
Yeah,
and then we can ride in
yeah,
town without anything, and you know
yeah,
it's like a smaller bike, right? And then
yeah,
when you go on a
yeah,
longer ride, that's why I chose the sports
yeah.
glide.
That's why I
But
say, yeah,
yeah,
it's a three in one bike. So you've got 3 looks. So every time they're like, "Did you change your bike?"
yeah,
No,
that's right. It's really
same
nice.
bike.
I love that
Yeah,
bike.
it's a great
No,
bike. Handles so well. Yeah.
for me, why I chose a
Mm.
Harley, to tell you the truth, I've never ridden any other bike than a Harley.
Oh.
So when I wanted to start riding, and I said to my husband, I'm going to buy a bike, and that at that time I wasn't working at Harley again. My husband said, "Oh, okay, let's look at the BMW." I'm like, no, I want a Harley.
Yeah.
And so we went
No,
to the Harley dealer.
uh,
We went to the Harley dealer and we tried the 883, right? And he says, why don't you just start with the 750, because then in your insurance is not going to be to a lot of money because it's a lower
yeah, I
CC.
heard.
And I
Yeah.
said, no. Okay, the 883. I tried the 883, and I said, okay, if you're not going to get me the 1200 cc and above, then I am not going to ride the 883 because it just doesn't feel right. Because when you're working at Harley, you have to build yourself up. So
Yeah,
the first
yeah.
1,500, you have to ride a Sportster. So I started in a Sportster. I put 1,500, and then they let me go up again with the higher CC. And then I passed that. And then when I started to use the Softail, I just fell in love. I'm like, I'm not going back to the 880 or 750.
Yeah.
I love it for every day going to town. But when you're on the road, I said, I can't. I just can't. I said, don't buy me a Harley if you're not going to buy me a bigger CC.
taking the corners on that sport glide.
It's beautiful. Yeah,
Beautiful.
you know what? The other bike that I like is I love the Heritage. So
Heritage, yeah.
before I rode the Sport Glide, I constantly ride the Heritage, and I love that bike. But yeah, going back, I guess I tried my friend's bike, and who said that? I think Margarita said that. Yeah, it has a soul. Harley has a soul. When you put on the engine, you can feel
Yeah.
it. With another bike, I put it on. Okay, where I don't feel anything.
No, and there's the other thing. They all look the same. So
They
you
look
go
the same,
and you're
but
like,
Yes.
different. Which one's my bike?
That's the beauty of the Harley.
No, that's what I said. I said to my friend, I'm sorry, I just don't feel the soul to this bike. I know it's as big as my bike, but when I rode it, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I only rode a Harley. I don't know.
Yeah, the
Those
Harley,
are
the
the
Harley,
bikes that have the heartbeat.
Yes.
yeah, the
But
Harley.
Every Harley has a heartbeat.
You can accessorize it and make it
Yes.
style it the way you want. Like
Exactly.
Yeah.
my exhaust pipes from. They wanted me to put fishtails, and I was like, nah. I heard of the Freedom Performance exhaust pipe, so I put Freedom Performance, and they're really nice because you can rev it up and make that noise, and then it just, as it dies down, it's so soft and silent, and it's just a beautiful sound. So that's what I love about the Harley, that you can do so much to it, and it's still a Harley.
Yeah, true.
Correct. Yes, Riza.
You know what? Harley is like our Barbie.
Yeah.
You can dress it up. But one good thing about it is that when the reason, I think, Tina, the reason why you said it has a soul is because when you customize it,
Yes.
it tends to make, it shows your character
Exactly.
of the rider.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Exactly.
So, yeah.
The paint job, whatever you want to do, it captures a bit of you
Of
in
you.
the bike. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah. How do we love our
yeah, it's a reflection of you a little bit of the
exactly?
rider.
Yeah, and how do we love our Harley? We name our Harley, right?
Yeah.
What's yours? Okay,
And
my
tumbling
What's
and
the name of your
Santiago.
Harley?
What's
okay.
yours?
My
Mine is
road glide. I'll
yeah.
see if my
Yeah,
road
yeah.
glide is Lady Gilda.
Lady
My
Gilda.
Lady Gilda. My street 750 is BB Blue Beast, and then there's
Maybe.
Bob, Fat Bob.
Wow.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
All Harleys,
I call my Harley
And
babe. Just babe.
yeah,
babe.
what's your Harley?
No,
I go like this, babe.
Oh,
When I'm done, thanks, babe. That was a nice ride, babe. And everybody say, "Who are you calling?" Oh, I got in my babe. I'm like, everybody says,
Yeah.
"Where's your babe?" There, my babe.
I had two, and the Sportster I customized. I designed it to like Hasta la Muerte is her name, because
What's that?
oh,
because I designed it. The design of the tank and the bike is based on my roots in Mexico. So I put like a
Oh.
Tina on there. So I'll send the picture to you ladies later so you can see it. So
yes,
but my
please.
deluxe, I haven't been able to find a name for her. I just look at her and just like, she's just like, she's like my love, it's like, she doesn't say no, never giving me issues at all.
Amor then.
Mi amor, yeah.
Bella, Bella.
Oh, Bella. Yeah, beautiful.
I like Bella.
Yeah. It's so lovely to be here with all of you.
Jeffrey, do you name your bike Jeffrey? Do you name your
I
bike?
haven't named it right now. I will try to
Oh
think
no.
Oh, you have to
Come on,
name
Name your
it.
Jeff.
bike.
Yeah.
Jeff.
There's got to be a
But
name
you
for
know
the bike.
my bike doesn't have a name, but it has a room.
It has
It's
room.
easy.
Oh, okay.
Right? Puti, would you have a name with your bike, Puti?
My bike.
I'm
we're
so
gonna say
jealous
Puti.
with all of you because yeah,
Why?
Yeah,
because
yes,
Bali is
Puti.
like small island. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
And
Qatar is a
then
very
right
small
out,
community too, so
But Bali is so beautiful. I envy that.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
it's true. It's beautiful.
small island, so Harley is not too comfort in Bali. So when we're riding Harley, we need to go to cross country, go to Flores. So yeah, as Bali is not much you can ride at Bali. Maybe only like 80 kilo, 120 only. So I'm really so jealous with all of you. So maybe
Oh.
I go there and then just
Yeah.
ride
Yes.
Harley there.
You come to Malaysia and then we go to
Yeah,
Philippines.
yeah.
We meet
I've been
Riza,
Yes.
Jeffrey,
Latina,
and then we go
we all
to
go to
Margarita.
Latina. We
yes.
all
Sorry?
go to Malaysia, and then all of us
Yes.
come to Philippines.
Yeah,
That would be
Malaysia is
Yes.
very good road for
Agree.
Harley.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ride last year when like at October. Yeah. And then after it's lockdown. It's very good.
actually
Malaysia. I'm
scheduled
so
going to
jealous.
Malaysia. I'm gonna see Tina there. Because I
Well,
have a
if
Malaysian. Actually, we have a Malaysian friend who rides with us also here in H.O.G, Cebu.
Definitely. I'm definitely going there.
if the ladies from Malaysia organize a Ladies of Harley rally, I'll go.
I
And
will.
for sure,
Yeah.
Okay. We'll go.
Yeah.
From Manila, very easy to go.
Organize it, and I will be there for
Yes.
sure. And I'll bring
Don't
women
hide,
with me.
don't hide when we're there.
Count me
Don't
in.
hide.
Sorry? Don't hide.
Do not hide when we are there. Okay. Any last words, girls? If you were to encourage a friend, were you to encourage another lady who is scared to buy a Harley, uh, or do you have anything to say to anybody who why buy a why should you go for Harley and not aside from the heartbeat that we're talking about, aside from the customization that we're talking about, do you have anything else? Why a Harley and not another brand? Anybody? Last words from you girls, or you
I
want to share to a girl that if you have a husband who says no to you, just buy one.
Yes. Do it.
And my husband doesn't ride too, so kudos for him for letting me ride. But you know what? I think how Harley is different with the other bikes. Not just the bike. I mean, bikes, motorcycles. Every motorcycle is very nice. Just depends on the person what they want to do with it. But what I find with Harley, it's the brotherhood. Like wherever
Yes.
you go with Harley, there is that society. Like, oh, I'm a Harley rider. They will come to you. It's different with other bikes. Like you have the Yamaha, you have the BMW. You're your own person. That's what I see. They don't have this club thing. That's why I like. That's why I think like if you do want to belong to something greater than your bike, Harley is a good family to join because
Yes.
even now I have riders that are from Indonesia that lives in US, and they have a club which is the Harley Davidson Club Indonesia. I did not know anyone there, but they welcomed me and now I'm a part of them. And everywhere you go in the world, there's always a Harley rider and they're very welcoming. Like you ladies, like when I visit you, like, hey, I ride you too. And you guys would say, hey, yeah, me too, which is the same thing. And I think that's why Harley is kind of different with the other bikes to me.
For me, it's you buy a Harley and there's H.O.G. So you never left alone. You buy the bike, there's H.O.G. Rides are organized. We have H.O.G has safety courses. So you basically from starter, H.O.G is with you all the way, and then not to forget all the lovely rides. You've got in Malaysia we call makan makan. We've got the short makan is to eat. So
Oh,
yeah,
same
some of us
in
do.
Indonesia.
Yeah,
Makan, makan.
yes. So some of us do put on a lot of weight because of H.O.G rides, but
There's every
there's
kind
the
of stuff to
makan.
eat.
Yes, or we go especially to a special place to eat. There's that, and then there's also the 2-day rides. You've got the long distance ride. You've got the whole Malaysia ride. You've got the riding in Sabah Sarawak. So basically everything is in H.O.G. So not just you just don't just buy the bike. There's the whole lifestyle, and you just I don't know everything is just complete in the whole H.O.G thing. Yeah, so just buy a Harley. Basically, long story short.
They have nice T-shirts too, Harley.
Yes, t-shirt, the
Yeah.
boots.
I get the
Sweatshirts,
boots, the hats.
the hat.
Well,
That's important for a Harley
Is your
rider.
jeans, Tina, also?
Yes.
Is your
Yeah,
jeans also, Tina, a Harley?
yeah.
Sorry,
Is
what?
your jeans
jeans.
as
This
well?
is
Is
Christina.
your jeans as well a Harley?
Yes, jeans, all
Yes.
sorts.
Okay.
They have everything. So yeah, you can be fashionable and you can be a rider. You don't have to
Exactly.
choose.
Yeah, all in
That's
one
true.
place.
All in one.
And I think that's the beauty of it too. Like
Yeah.
you said, Wenni, is that the even within the biker community, you're in your vest, your leather, and your boots, and then there's like a evening dinner, and we all change and we put on our
Yeah.
dress, fix our hair, and they're like, is that you? Oh my God, it's that. It's like
Yeah.
we're unrecognizable, right? So that's a wonderful thing in the Harley. But I want to just do a shout out to my parents that are in Florida, all my family that's in Florida and Texas, and a shout out again, thanking the H.O.G, the chapter H.O.G for everything, for all the support, all my followers, and to you, Jeffrey, for this episode, bringing us and the other women and your continued episodes that are coming in to share to the world more about Harley, and to remove, to help them bring that awareness and take away all those stigmas that are out there about Harley riders. We're all uh, professionals, and we're not thugs or what those stereotypes that are out there. We're just beautiful human
Yeah.
beings that love Harley, and
Yeah.
just want to share with the
And
world.
yeah.
So
And we do a lot of
some
charity
people
as
talk
well. H.O.G does a lot of charity.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know what? For me, it's I encourage women to ride by telling them that the best motorcycle is Harley. It's the safest. It's grounded. It's loud. It's announced you 5 cars
Yep.
ahead of you that you're
Yeah.
coming. And I encourage when I ride, I encourage women by putting on my lipstick and showing my nice body.
Wow.
I'm a woman
When we
rider.
remove that
Come ride with me.
here I
And
am.
also when we have children around, I try to encourage them to look at the bike, especially the little boys, little girls, because that's where I started. I was dreaming, I was riding a bike. And then in the Philippines, that's something that really not that easy to do, right? Especially riding a Harley. But yes, it is the most, if not one of the most expensive of bike, but it's you're buying the safety, right? In road. Um,
So,
and
so
like what everyone said, it's the culture, right? The brotherhood. I'm not with Manila chapter anymore, but they are still. When I see them, we greet each other. We're still a big family. And as of now, I still with rides with Harley brothers like Kalampog. Shout out to my Kalampog brothers there, and the Manila Police Department. Shout out to Captain Henry Navarro. They are my rider brothers. So they always protect. We always protect each one. So happy to ride with Harley, and I cannot ride any other motorcycle.
And who's next? Want to say something? Linda?
Yeah.
And Puti?
For sure, Harley is nice bike, and then when the woman riding is like more, like a proud, yeah. And brotherhood is good, but because I'm single parent. In one more for Harley is when my daughter is lazy to wake up, I just engine on and blah blah, and they are wow, like that.
So she's up
That's
already.
good. Yeah, yeah. For wake up my daughter, and then I say, "Wow, this is the best bike, mom, for wake up us."
we're not loud and obnoxious. We're safe. We're letting you know we're coming.
And
Yeah,
how
like
about you,
that.
Puti? Any last words for the people? Why ride a Harley?
Harley is, yeah, it's just a lifestyle. It's pretty much, it's a need, a daily need. People, maybe they wake up, they have certain things, they have hobbies, they need basketball to make them happy, or some people need to go to therapy. For me, Harley, that's like therapy. You have any issue, you just get on the bike, all you care about the wind on your bike, and everything just disappears. And that's what makes it more addictive. You want to ride more longer, because that feeling you get is really, you can't compare it to anything else.
So true.
Okay. So
Yeah.
nice. This is how I wish that we have more time. I really wanted to know more about all of you. I've learned so much, even though I've rode already more than 30 years with a Harley. Although, of course, yes, I've rode with other bikes. And I learned a lot, so much from cold weather riding. Of course, different places, different culture. I hope we continue to keep in touch with each other through Facebook or through email.
Yeah.
And please do let us know if you come by and drop by Cebu or Manila, Riza. And definitely we will definitely call you Margarita in your place, Winnie, Puti, Linda, and definitely Tina. Do you
Yes,
know?
I'm coming for
Can
you,
we
Jeff.
vote just one vote tonight? Just one vote
Sorry?
tonight. Who is the naughtiest tonight here?
Not me.
You, I'm good.
You are Jeff.
That's how Harley is. We laugh and we enjoy. Without Harley, no life, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harley is life. That's the real thing. That's why we're born
Yeah.
to ride.
Yes.
Yes. So again, thank you very much to all of you. Thank you for your time and everything. And all the viewers, thank you very much. I hope you were able to take something from what the ladies have said. If your wife haven't been starting to ride,
Well,
ask them to buy the dealer so that they will be able to get the best price that they can buy. If you're only riding a sports bike, sorry, the ladies would probably prefer a street glide or a sports glide, right? So,
Fog light.
guys, if you are still riding a Sportster, then maybe you would consider already upgrading your bike before your wife upgrades. Really exciting, guys. How I wish that we could have more time to talk.
Yeah.
And let's keep in touch. Let's learn from each other. We
Yes.
need to
Yes,
learn from
please.
each other.
Yeah.
And thank you very much. So I would have to say
Bye, ladies.
goodbye.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.
We love you all. Yes.
Bye.
Um,